Today, I worked with someone whose mother told her that she could never say no, that any time she needed to be of service or needed to sacrifice herself for someone else, that that's just what they do. You could imagine that the current struggle for this particular person is obviously self-care, but also boundaries. What she learned very early on is that she's not allowed to say no. And what I talked to her about is that a child's first word is no. And when a child says no, they are saying, I am someone, I have a self, I'm separate from you, and I have my own opinions, my own desires. They say it simply by saying no. So if you tell anyone ever, especially a child, that they're not allowed to say no, they grow up thinking that they don't matter, that their voice doesn't matter, that everyone else and everything else is more important than them. And what that ends up leading to are things in a psychological perspective: codependence, people pleasing, overproducing, being overproductive. So what we worked on to overcome this is obviously the awareness that it's okay to say no and that boundaries are healthy, and working through the guilt of saying no, how awful that feels, and the shame around being a bad person for saying no to protect the self or to put oneself first. So that is the first layer. And as we move forward, we will continue to strengthen her sense of self, and we'll look at her chart for that, whether looking at where her sun is, where her rising sign is, and where she can draw that beautiful energy to feel more empowered, to be her authentic self, and to live a life that is whole and in the service of herself as much as it is of others. If this work sounds interesting to you, please visit my website, www.psycheandsalt.com. Sign up for my newsletter there. I send out alerts for different happenings and also write some beautiful pieces you might find interesting. Ciao.